Welcome to Lesson 7 of Unit 11, Home for a Penguin. In this lesson, students will work to answer the question, how do we test our habitat and use the results of testing to improve our design? They will use penguin ice cubes to test their habitats under a heat lamp and then examine the results of testing. They figure out that it is useful to compare and test designs because there is often more than one possible solution to a problem. They also figure out that analyzing data from their tests of different designs can help them create a plan to redesign. In the Engage, start by showing this image to students, asking what they notice about the zoo exhibit. Then direct them to Student Journal page 21, Penguin Habitat Prototype Testing, explaining that first they will evaluate each team's habitat to see if it meets the needs of zoo visitors. Remember, zoo visitors need to be able to see the penguins. As each team presents their habitat and explains their design choices, the other students can mark yes, no, or some to indicate if they would be able to see the penguins in the habitat. In the Explorer, students will conduct the first test of their designed habitats. For this activity, you will need the cardboard box penguin habitats, penguin ice cubes, petri dishes, heat lamp, roll of aluminum foil, insulating materials, measuring cups, pipettes, and empty red mySci crate. Set up the testing environment as shown here and as described in the teaching tips of Lesson 6. Then have each team open their habitat and place their penguin in the petri dish at the same time. Place all the habitats inside the crate, taking care to avoid touching the hot heat lamp. Then add an extra penguin ice cube in a petri dish outside of a habitat to act as a control for this experiment. Set a timer for 15 minutes. While waiting 15 minutes, share these videos of ice and snowmen melting, using the question prompts shown here to probe student thinking. If time allows, return to the penguin webcam videos from Lesson 1. In the Explain, quickly remove the habitats from the testing environment and remove any unmelted ice from the petri dishes. Then measure the amount of water remaining in each petri dish using the measuring cups or pipettes from Lesson 4. Record the data in this column on Student Journal page 21, Penguin Habitat Prototype Testing. Discuss the results using the data collected to compare how each habitat insulated the penguin ice cubes. In the Elaborate, return to the engineering design cycle on Student Journal page 5 and discuss each step that students went through. Then explain that now is the time for a redesign, giving each team time to discuss what they would like to change to improve their habitat as part of the redesign step. In the Evaluate, allow more time for students to work in teams, planning for a redesign, using Student Journal page 22, Ideas for Redesign. Evaluate their sketches based on the scientific drawing rubric on Student Journal page 3 and their ability to explain what evidence from the tests of the prototypes supports the changes they make to their design. By the end of this lesson, students will test and evaluate engineering prototypes based on the results of testing.